Hello friends and Assalamualaikum. Welcome to my channel Newiballd Designing Developer. My name is Inshal Beg. I am a full stack developer and graphic designer. Today I will show you how to build one surveillance project in Python in artificial intelligence, and I hope you will also enjoy this project like my previous projects of artificial intelligence and data sciences. But before that, if you are new here, so please hit the subscribe button. Then after that you have to also hit the notification bell, from which you will be getting all the notifications of my video when I will be uploading. So from that it will be also help for you and it will be also help for me, because from that you will be learning more new things, more new clones and more new projects which I will be uploading in further on in future, and I hope you will be enjoying that also. And you can also check my previous tutorial and many other projects which I have uploaded, because that is also really helpful for you if you want to learn many other languages like React and many other ones. So now we'll be starting with our project which is called surveillances in Python. So for building that project, first of all, like I've telling you have to just make a file in your Python package. But before that, if you are having any file in your package, so delete that, because I'm just deleting that file so you can just understand what we are just doing. So some of the people who just don't know about languages, they are just stuck with the what this file does and what this file, and they confuse about this file we are also using in Word. So because of that, I'm just emptying all the files in my package when I'm building any of my project. So from that it is just really helpful for beginners, so because of that I'm doing. But if you are intermediate or advanced level programmer, so you can just know about these things, so you can not delete if you want to, but I will be deleting because here there are many people who are just watching beginners, advanced and intermediate also. Now I will be doing one thing for deleting, that you can also press delete button from keyboard. But if you don't just know about if you have delete button but it is not working, so you can just use mouse button, press right click here, then press delete, which is just coming here. Then you can also do one thing, you can check this box. You have to do that because it's really important to do, because from that it will be just deleting that file from here only. If you don't do that, you can just having this file in your search box here when you will be searching. We don't want any of this file in search box also and in this package also. So I'll be pressing OK. Simply you can see this file as delete. Now I'll be doing one thing, I'll be making one file in my Python package. Just press right click on your Python package, hover on new or press that. Then you will be getting many options to create a file, like file, new file, scratch file, directory, Python package, or Python file. You can create HTML file, editor, config file, and resource bundle. So you can see how many files and directory, or you can say package, you can create in your this Python package here. So you can just create any of them, but I'll be just choosing Python file because we are working with Python. And if you are working with HTML, you can just choose HTML file. But if you are working with HTML of any project, so my opinion is to just use any other text editor, because just this PyCharm text editor provides Python, which is really good. It's also provide HTML, but it is not good enough, which you can just have in VS Code, Sublime Text, or Atom text editor. So you can just use any other one. This PyCharm is just considered as Python text editor, so you can use that for Python only. Now I will be pressing Python, but it is up to you what text editor you are perfect with and what do you want to just use. But one thing is not different about this text editor about HTML, it's provide all the browsers which you want to just open your file automatically in your tab. So when you will be pressing any of the browser, if you have installed that browser, so it will be automatically open that file in that. Now you can see I've just create Python file here, so I have to give a name to my Python file. So just we are making surveillances, so here I'll be writing the name of project.py, or you can also write .py or not write, because it's up to you. If you just want to write, so you can do that, but if you don't do that, so nothing happens, because we are only creating Python file, so it will be automatically generated into Python file. But if you are working with any other text editor, so you have to just save as, and you have to just write your file name, then you have to write .py to just save as. But I'm working with PyCharm text editor, and if you know about that, so it will be create my file automatically here. Simply I'll be pressing enter. Now you can see now my file has been created. Simply I'll be now doing one thing, I'll be zoom in so you can see my codes. But before that, here I'll be taking my folder, if I show you in my local disk C, which I have stored, because in that I will be linking my file with that, so I can just see what data structure I'm just getting here. So now I will be opening my self-driving car dash master. In this file I have just stored in this folder, you can say I have stored my things. Here I'll be taking this crashnet.py, moving that to my PyCharm text editor at the navbar of my PyCharm text editor. Move that. You can see we are getting these things, so we have to just write that here, so we can just see we are just writing. So just don't write this TensorFlow things, because if you are working or if you don't have Excel, so you can just not work with that. Just ignore that top thing of TensorFlow. We will be working with import numpy, import C types, and import time, and then these things. So just I'll be now coming, then I'll be writing here import numpy. So here simply I'll be some of the zoom out. so you can just see that clearly. So clearly I'm just saying. So here I'll be writing import numpy as np, which is a short form of that if tell me. Now I will be moving here. So you can see there it is written import c types. So just write that here, import c types. Just do one thing, I'll be just coming underneath, so their spelling is incorrect. Now it is good. So when you've done with that, here you have to write import time. So when you've done with that, just I'll be going down enough, and you can see we are getting 3 strings in which we have just written autoencoder for detecting crashes and other anomalies. So here I'll be now coming, then here I'll be just writing 3 strings. Now I will be moving here, then I'll be writing autoencoder, move forward here. So when you've done with that, just write for detecting, then I'll be just moving forward. So when you've done with that, just write here like crashes. Now I will be just moving forward here again, there I'll be writing and other, then move forward, and you can see there it is written this thing. So here I'll be writing. So when you've done with that things, now just I'll be writing full stop here to just close that. Now I will be moving down, and when you've done that here, I will be just doing one thing, I'll be just moving down again because 2 line space was here. Now I will be writing here like def, means define tag, then just move forward and write here like crash net, just write here, then I'll be just making this bracket here, writing semicolon and moving down, then you have to just write roadmap here equal to, you have to just write, then I'll be just moving forward here. So when you've done with that, now just I'll be writing input shape, then when you're done with that thing, just I'll be moving here, and here there it is written equal to 80 comma, and move forward, and you can see there it is written 200 comma 3. So when you've done that, I'll be moving down, then just write x equal, then I'll be just moving here, then you have to just write this thing, then write 2d. Now I will be making this bracket here. So when you've done with that, here I'll be writing 24 comma kernel, and I'll be just moving here, and you can see there it is written kernel size equal 5. Now just I'll be writing comma, moving forward here, then you can see there it is written strides. So just I'll be writing that, and now I'll be just writing equal to, so just write that here, then I'll be writing 2 comma padding, and when you've done with that thing, just I'll be doing one thing, I'll be writing equal to here, then you can see that it's written same because I want same padding at the top also, right, left and bottom also. Now I will be moving here, and you can see that it is written activation redo. So here I'll be writing activation equal redo. So when you've done with that, just I'll be moving here, and when you've done with that, now just I'll be coming here, and you can see that it is written roadmap here. So I will be now writing roadmap. So you can see we have done with that. Now just move underneath that, then I'll be just writing here like x, and write here like batch, then I'll be just moving here, and you can see there it is written normalization. So when you've done with that things, here I'll be now moving, then I'll be just writing this, and then I'll be writing x. So when you've done that, I'll be just moving down here. So when you've done with that, just write here like on, and then write here like 2d. So just I'll be writing that, make this bracket here. Now just you have to move to like your crashnet.py file here. So when you've done with that, just I'll be doing one thing, I'll be moving here, then just write here 36 comma, then when you've done that, here I'll be writing kernel size. So here I'll be writing that, when you've done with that, just I'll be writing equal to, now just move here, and you have to just write 5 strides equal, then I'll be just moving here, and you can see there it is written 2 padding, then I'll be writing same. So when you've done that, I'll be just writing comma, and then moving forward here again, then just write here like activation equal redo. So when you've done that, just I'll be now doing one thing, I'll be coming here, then you have to just write x here after that. So here I'll be now writing that. Now I will be just coming underneath, and when you've done that, here I'll be now moving back, and you can see there it is written x equal batch, and here I'll be writing normalization again. So now I'll be just writing this bracket here and moving here. So when you've done with that, here I'll be now writing this x. So when you've done that, here I'll be now coming underneath. When you've done with that, just I'll be now writing here like x equal conf, and then I'll be writing conf 2d, then making this bracket here. So when you've done with that, now just I'll be writing here like 48 comma, and here I'll be writing kernel size equal 5. Now just I'll be writing comma again, then I'll be writing strides equal 2, then I'll be writing padding equal same. So when you've done that, I'll be now writing comma, then I'll be writing activation equal redo, then I'll be just moving here and writing x. So when you've done with that, if I move here, so you can see the same things which we have written here, it is now working. But in this kernel size, you can see that it is written like 3. So here I'll be now moving, losing that, moving here, then you have to just write here like 3, change that. Now you have to come underneath here. So when you've done with that, I'll be just moving, and you can see there it is written x equal batch normalization. So here I'll be now writing, then I'll be just making this bracket here, changing that to like x after that. So here I'll be now coming, then I'll be writing x equal, then just move forward. Now here you have to just write like on 2d, so just write that. And when you've done that, here I'll be now writing this bracket, and then I'll be just moving here, and you can see there it is written like 64 and comma kernel size. So here I'll be writing, then just write equal to. Now you have to come here, write 3 comma strides. So just write that here, then I'll be writing equal to. So when you've done with that, now here I'll be writing 1 and writing that to like padding equals same. So when you've done with that, just I'll be writing comma and moving forward, and you can see there it is written activation. So here I'll be writing that this should be equal redo. So when you've done with that, then just I'll be writing x. Now here I'll be coming underneath, and when you've done with that, here now I will be just writing that to like volume size equal, then I'll be just moving forward. You can see there it is written k init shape, then I'll be just making this bracket here. Now when you've done with that, here I'll be now writing x. So when you've done that, I'll be now moving down enough, and you have to just write x equal flatten, and then when you've done that, here I'll be now just I'll be moving here, and you have to just write here Control Z I'll be pressing. Now just I'll be moving, then you have to move here, and you can see there it is written this bracket, then after it again, and here there was written x. So when you've done with that, now I will be writing that to like latent equal, then just you have to come here, and you can see there it is written dense. So here I'll be now writing, then I'll be just making this bracket here, and when you've done with that, here I'll be writing 100 x. Now I will be moving down, and when you've done with that, here I'll be writing encoder equal, then just move forward. Here you have to write like model, then you have to just write this bracket here. When you've done with that, now you have to write inputs equal, then I'll be just moving here, and you have to write here like roadmap, then I'll be writing comma, then moving forward, and you have to write here like outputs. So just write that, then you have to write equal to, and you have to write here like latent. Then when you're done with that, just I'll be writing comma and moving forward, and here you have to just write that to like name encoder, there it is written. So now here I'll be changing that to like just when you're done with that, here I'll be now coming, then if I move to this file, so you can see there it is written name equal encoder in one string. So I'll be now coming underneath. When you've done with that, here I'll be now writing that to like latent, and then if I move, so you can see there it is written like latent inputs. So here I'll be now writing equal to, then I'll be changing that to like input shape, then here I'll be now writing this bracket, then I'll be changing that to like 100 comma, then I'll be just coming underneath, and when you've done with that, here first of all I'll be writing equal to. So you can see we have done with that. Now when you've done that, here I'll be just doing one thing, I'll be coming here, writing that to x length, then if I just move here, so you can see there it is written np prod. So here I'll be now writing np dot prod, then I'll be just doing one thing, I'll be coming here, and then you have to just write that to like volume size, and when you've done with that, if I move here, so you can see there it is written like a square bracket 1, and then there it is written semicolon, then if I move here, so you can see there it is written another tag which is like, if I move here, so you can see there it is written latent input, then if I move here, so you can see there it is written inputs. So now I'll be just coming here, writing x equal, then change that to like reshape, then I'll be making this bracket, and then moving forward, and here I'll be now writing like volume size, and when you're done with that thing, just if I move here, so by mistake I've closed that file, so I'll be opening that again, zoom in so you can see the codes. So when you've done with that, here if I just move here, so you can see in that there it is written like volume size in square bracket 1, then I'll be writing comma, you have to just write here like volume size again, and in square bracket I'll be now writing 2. So just write same thing again, and when you've done that, just write 3. So you can see we have done with that here. So when you've done with that, now just I'll be writing x, now I will be just coming underneath. When you've done with that, here I'll be writing x equal conf, then I'll be writing 2d, making this bracket here. So when you've done with that here, so you can see that it is written transpose, so here I'll be writing that And when you've done with that thing, just I'll be coming here, and when you've done that, here I'll be writing 64 comma kernel size, and here just write that. So when you've done that, here I'll be now writing equal to, then write 3 comma strides equal 1. Now I'll be writing this comma, here I'll be now writing like padding equals same in one string, then I'll be just writing this comma again. Then you can see that it's written activation reloop. So here I'll be writing activation equal reloop. Then when you've done with that, here I'll be now writing x, then I'll be moving down. When you've done with that, just you have to write here like x equal batch, and then I'll be writing normalization. So when you've done with that, here I'll be now writing this thing. When you've done with that, just now before that I'll be writing this bracket, so I can remember this is the one. So when you've done with that, here I'll be now moving, then here I'll be changing that to a tag, which will be like, here if I just move, so you can see that it's written x equal con, then there was just written 2d, and if I move, so you can see that it's written transpose again, so just write that. Then I'll be just making this bracket, here I'll be writing 48 kernel size, and here I'll be writing equal 3, and then I'll be writing strides equal 1. Then write here like padding same. Then when you've done with that, now I'll be writing activation equal loop, then I'll be just changing that to this x. So when you've done that, if I move here, so now you have to do one thing, I'll be just moving, so you can see there it is written 3, and then there was just written 2, so here I'll be writing that 2. So when you've done that, here I'll be now moving, then you can see now it is perfect. So when you've done with that things, now just I'll be coming, then I'll be writing equal batch normalization, then I'll be making this, and here I'll be just making this bracket to close. So when you've done with that things, here now I will be doing one thing, I'll be writing a here also. So we have done with that. Now just I'll be writing x equal, then here I'll be writing con 2d, then I'll be just making this bracket here. So when you've done with that things, now just I'll be doing one thing, you can see that it's written 2d transpose, so here I'll be writing that. And when you've done with that, here I'll be now just coming, and then I'll be changing that to like 36, so here I'll be writing, then I'll be writing kernel size, so here I'll be now writing that. So when you've done with that, here I'll be now writing equal to, then I'll be changing that to like 5, so just write that, then just write this comma here, and when you've done with that, now here I'll be writing strides equal to, then I'll be writing padding equal same. So when you've done that, here I'll be now writing activation equal reloop, and then when you've done that, here I'll be now writing this x. Now just I'll be coming underneath, and when you've done with that, here you have to just write x equal batch, and here I'll be writing normalization, then I'll be making this bracket and closing that here. So when you've done that, here I'll be now writing equal con, and then I'll be writing 2d transpose, so just I'll be writing that. So when you've done with that, now just I'll be writing this bracket here. So when you've done with that, you can see that it is written 24 kernel size, then you have to just write here equal to 5. Now when you've done that, here I'll be writing comma, then there it is written strides equal 2 comma padding equal same. Now here I'll be writing activation equal loop, then I'll be just changing that to like x. So when you've done that, I'll be now coming underneath, and when you've done with that, here I'll be just doing one thing, I'll be moving here, so there it is written s, so here I'll be writing, now here I'll be writing x equal batch, then I'll be writing normalization, then I'll be making this bracket and just closing that by writing this x. So when you've done with that things, now I will be doing one thing, I'll be coming here, writing that to like outputs equal, then change that to like con 2d, then I'll be just making this bracket here, changing that to like 3 comma 3. So when you've done with that, here I'll be now moving, changing that to like activation. Then when you've done with that, here I'll be now just first of all coming here, then you have to just write activation. Then when you've done that, I'll be just moving here, you have to write equal sigmod, then here I'll be now coming, then when you've done with that, here I'll be now writing void IO just here. So when you've done that all thing, just I'll be coming here, then here I'll be changing that to like comma padding equal same. So we have done that all. Now I will be moving here, then you have to just write x, and when you've done that, I'll be just coming underneath, and when you've done with that thing, just I'll be now writing decoder equal, then I'll be just coming here and you can see there it is written model, making this bracket here, and when you've done with that, here I'll be writing latent inputs, so just write that. So when you've done with that, here I'll be now coming, then you can see there it is written outputs, then I'll be writing this comma again. So when you've done with that, here you have to write name decoder. So when you've done with that, here I'll be now coming, then you have to just change that to like, if I move here, so just I'll be now coming underneath, and then I'll be writing here like auto encoder, then you have to write equal to, change that to like model, and here I'll be making this bracket and changing that to like roadmap. And when you've done that, here I'll be now doing one thing, I'll be coming here, then I'll be writing decoder, making this bracket. So when you've done with that, here I'll be now writing encoder, making this bracket again. So when you've done with that, here I'll be now writing roadmap. So when you've done that, now just I'll be writing comma, then moving forward, and there it is written just comma after this two. So here I'll be now writing, then you can see that it is written name auto encoder. So here I'll be writing name auto encoder. So when you've done that, I'll be now coming underneath. When you've done with that, here you can see that it is written like return encoder, then I'll be just moving forward, then you can see that it is written decoder comma, then move forward again, then there it is written auto encoder. So when you've done with that thing, just I'll be now coming underneath, and when you've done with that, here I'll be now writing if name, then I'll be writing this equal again, then I'll be just moving forward, writing that to like main. So when you've done with that, now just I'll be coming here, and here I'll be now writing like encoder, then when you've done with that things, here I'll be now writing like comma decoder comma, then when you've done with that, here I'll be now writing auto encoder, then here I'll be writing equal to, change that to like crash net. So here I'll be writing, making this bracket. Now I will be just coming underneath, changing that to like encoder dot summary, then I'll be just making this bracket here, changing that to like line length. So here I'll be now writing that, then just I'll be writing equal to, change that to 100. Now I will be just coming underneath, and here I'll be writing decoder dot summary, then I'll be writing line length. So when you're done with that, just here I'll be now writing equal 100. Now I will be just coming underneath, and when you're done with that, here I'll be writing auto encoder dot summary, then I'll be just making this bracket, here I'll be now writing line length. So here I'll be now writing equal 100. So you can see we have done with that things, and when you've done that, here I'll be now writing that to like plot, and here I'll be now writing this underscore model, then just write here like encoder, and when you've done with that, now just I'll be moving here, then there it is written to file. So first of all you have to close that, then write to file, then if I move, so you can see there it is written like crash net. So here I'll be now writing, so when you've done that, here I'll be now writing that to like encoder dot png, which is image here, which I will be defining. So when you've done that, here I'll be now writing show shapes, so just I'll be writing that equal to, so just T should be capital here. Now when you've done with that things, here I'll be now moving, so when you've done that, now I will be writing this comma here, coming underneath, and then I'll be writing show layer, then I'll be writing names. So when you've done with that, here I'll be now coming, then there it is written true, so here I'll be writing, then when you've done with that, now just I'll be writing comma dpi equal, so here I'll be now writing dpi equal 200. Now just I'll be coming underneath, and when you've done with that, here I'll be writing plot model, then I'll be just making this bracket here, changing that to like decoder to file, then I'll be just writing equal. So when you've done with that, here I'll be now writing like crash net, and then I'll be just changing that to like decoder dot png. So when you've done that, now just I'll be writing comma, then if I move here, so I have to write like show shapes equal to, then here I'll be now writing comma, then I'll be just coming here, and you can see there it is written show layer names equal to. So when you've done with that, now just I'll be writing dpi equal, then when you've done with that, here I'll be now writing 200, then I'll be just coming underneath. So when you've done with that, here I'll be writing plot model, then I'll be just making this bracket and changing that to like auto encoder, then when you've done with that things, here I'll be now writing to file, and when you've done with that, here I'll be now changing that to like equal, crashnet, and when you've done that, here I'll be now just changing that to like underscore auto encoder dot png. So when you've done with that, here I'll be now coming, then here I'll be writing show shapes equal true. So when you've done with that, here I'll be now writing that. So when you've done with that, here I'll be now coming, then here I'll be writing comma, change that to like show layer, and then I'll be writing that to like names equal true. So when you've done with that, here I'll be now writing comma dpi equal, then if I move here, so you can see there it is written, just you have to come underneath, then you can see there it is written 200. So here I'll be now writing, then change that to like expand, then you have to write here like nested, and when you've done with that, here I'll be now writing true. So when you've done that, just you have to press save, and when you've done that, just you have to do another. Now here you can see we have just done with that things. Now I'll be moving to crashnet.py file. You can see we have just defined that. Now I will be closing this crashnet.py file, moving to my folder which I was just creating the file in that. Now I will be taking countdown.py file and moving that to my PyCharm text editor, in which now we will be writing codes. So here you can see we are just having this file. So you have to do one thing, move to project.py file in which we are writing codes. Now I will be just coming here, then I'll be writing that to like import time, but in lowercase you have to write that all things. Now when you've done that, just write that. Then we have just already imported that, so we don't have to just import that again. Now I will be moving down, then I'll be just doing one thing. I'll be coming here, and you can see that is written define countdown, then make this bracket. When you've done that, here I'll be now coming, then I'll be writing second, then just I'll be coming underneath here, write that to like digits. Here I'll be now writing equal to. So when you've done that, here I'll be writing len str tag here, then I'll be just making this bracket again, then I'll be writing second here in short form. Then when you've done that, here I'll be now writing like delete equal, then I'll be just coming here, then I'll be writing that to \b. So when you've done that, here I'll be now coming, then I'll be changing that to like this multiply sign, and here I'll be now writing like digits. So here I'll be now writing, then I'll be just moving forward here and writing that to like for I in range. So when you're done with that, now just I'll be moving here, and here you have to just write 1 comma second short form. Then when you've done that, I'll be pressing backspace here because there is only one space. So when you've done that, here you have to write like +1. Then when you've done that, here I'll be now moving, then here I'll be writing square bracket 2 semicolon, here I'll be writing -1 semicolon again, then I'll be just coming underneath, write that to like print, then just make this bracket here, you have to write here like this sign, and here I'll be now writing in that 0. So when you've done that, now just I'll be coming here, then you have to write like 1 2. So when you've done that, now just you have to do one thing, you have to close that here. So just I'll be closing that 2 times, and when you've done with that, now just I'll be writing that to like format dot format, and you have to write that to like delete. And when you've done with that thing, just I'll be now writing comma, then just I'll be moving forward, and you have to just write that to like I comma digits. Now when you've done with that thing, here I'll be now coming, then just I'll be writing comma and here I'll be now just I'll be writing these things, then you have to write like flush true. So here I'll be now writing that. So when you've done with that, just I'll be now coming underneath, and when you've done with that, you have to write that to like time dot sleep. So now just I'll be writing this bracket here, in which I'll be writing 1. Then you have to write here like print, make this bracket here, in which I'll be writing 2 strings, and you have to press backspace here. Then I'll be just coming underneath, and when you've done with that, here I'll be now pressing backspace. Then here I'll be writing if underscore name, then again I'll be writing 2 underscores, and when you've done that, here I'll be writing equal and 1 string, in which I'll be writing main 2 underscores, then I'll be writing semicolon coming underneath, writing that to like countdown. So just write that, so just write that here. So when you've done that, here I'll be now making this bracket, in which I'll be writing 5. So you can see we have just done with that things. Here when you've done with that, just go to file, press save all button, and when you've done that, here I'll be moving to this folder again. Then I'll be just taking this file here, which is called crashnet.py, and moving that to my PyCharm text editor. Then just move to your up of that. So here I'll be moving that again because it was just not working. You can see now it has been just coming. So when you've done with that, here I'll be now doing one thing. We have just already worked with that. I'll be moving to this here. Then I'll be just changing this file here. So just take this balance data, .py file, move that to your PyCharm text editor. You can see we are getting these things. Now I will be going down enough, then you have to just change that to this text. So here I'll be now coming and closing this file here, then I will be just going down here also. So when you're done with that, now just I'll be writing that to like df equal pd dot data frame. So when you're done with that, now just I'll be making this bracket, change that to like final data. So when you're done with that, now just I'll be coming underneath, and when you're done with that, just write here like print df, then I'll be just moving here. You can see that is it and dot head, then this bracket, then I'll be going down, then you can see that is it and print in one string, there it is it and backslash n. Now I will be coming underneath, right to like print counter, then when you've done with that, here I'll be now writing that to like df square bracket 2. So when you've done that, here I'll be now writing apply str, then I'll be just going down here. So when you've done with that, now I will be writing np dot save, and then I'll be just making this bracket here. So when you've done with that, now I'll be writing data, and then I'll be writing backslash is here, changing that to like training data. So when you've done with that, now just I'll be writing that to like this tag, and here I'll be now just writing underscore here also, then I'll be writing balanced. So here I'll be now writing dot npy. So when you're done with that, now just I'll be writing dot format, and then I'll be just making this bracket here. So when you're done with that, now just I'll be writing final data. So when you've done with that, now just I'll be writing here I'll be now coming underneath, and when you've done with that, here I'll be now writing print, and then I'll be writing backslash n, then I'll be just moving down here, and when you've done that, now I will be writing print, then I'll be changing that to f and one string here, then here I'll be writing data balanced. So just when you've done that, I'll be moving forward, you have to write and saved, and when you've done that, just I'll be moving forward again, and when you've done with that, you can see there it is written for batch, and then there it is written in this curly bracket like n. So here I'll be writing this mark, and you can see we have done with that. Now just I'll be going to file and press save. So when you've done with that, now you can just run your file, and you will be just getting your all the inputs if I show you by just moving that. So my file name was like project.py. Here if I run, so you can see it will be take some time, and it will be just run. It will be also given error, so you can just open your Excel file and check what error and problems are coming, so you can just solve that, or you can also comment me what problems are coming. I'll be also giving you solutions. So you can see we have done till here, and I hope you understand like how to build one this project which we have just built. So I hope you understand this video, and I hope you also enjoyed this project. I will juggle previous projects of AI in data sciences. So just I'll be also picking up some of the clones and websites also of React. I hope you will be enjoy that also. I'll be just meeting you next project or clone. So for today, good bye.